camera was a little slow at turning on this morning. Did that to me last night too. I don't know why. Nice, easy, and orderly. Thank you, boys. Good boy, Blue. They seem to like that feeder. That's had 2 bales in it. Well, second bale's what's kind of still there. They went in. First one went in at the same time those 2 did. Wind blowing this morning. Rained. Yeah, looking at the rain gauge this morning, I think we had 1/10 of an inch overnight. A little over that. This looks a little muckier out here this morning. Yay. And I'm not sure what we're going to do today. Go get another load. Or get some stuff moved around so I got a place to put the other load. Because the sprayer's in the way. And I did it. I got the video going last night. And I was in feeding small bales to the calves. I did me one of those rare oopsies. Stepping down a pile. Chaff on one edge, and I went down. Only went about 4 or 5 bales down. But my shoulder's been bugging me to begin with, and that was against part of the pile. And everything tickles this morning. And by tickle, I mean everything freaking hurts. And I don't know what their problem was last night. Down here feeding the calves, and they're bellowing like they don't have any hay, and I told them I knew better. Couldn't see it, but I told them I knew better. Yeah, and I didn't even get the chaff scraped off that last night. But it doesn't look like the wind knocked much off. Must mean it rained first. They can still get cleaned off. It'll go somewhere. Ron, hello. See, we got her on today. Thailand's busy doing whatever she's doing with that stuff. And Becky's making a pile that gets out of here. That's not all of it yet. And yeah. Oh, and Ron saw a mouse in here earlier, a little bitty one. Dogs walked on it but didn't get it. It went over there, and Becky was going to try to let the dogs into there, and that's not a good thing. And Rainy with a raincoat. So, Ron's getting ready to leave. Stop by because he ain't working today. Spent too much time BSing. Oh, and that reminds me. I gotta put a bolt in the mirror in a truck. It's got a piece of wire holding it. Found out we were missing one yesterday. But, yeah, I'll get it done before the truck leaves, right? And it's actually not too bad right now. It's only sprinkling. It's been raining all day, though. Really, 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 really glad I unloaded that last night. Otherwise, I'd have got soaked. And it would have been soaked, too. But, yeah. After my slide down the hay pile last night, I just feel so much like doing things today. Hey, it's a beautiful day. 2 o'clock in the afternoon and the yard light's already on. And that half-inch of rain we were supposed to get, yesterday and today, yeah, that's been a 1/10 or 2 ago. But yeah, back to raining. Trying to separate a couple loads of steers out for delivery tomorrow. But with so many heifers still in the way and so many steers that we don't need, I'm just hoping that she's keeping the ones we do need still up there. And these all stopped, and I can't do anything about it. Other than stop them from going out.
Oh, that means we're going to go out, sorry.
And we start over. Isn't this fun? And yeah, we just cleaned this, and they've actually had straw spread in here once since it was cleaned and done. Well, we got the loads of steers separated out for tomorrow. That was, hour plus. Because number one, reading the tags is a bitch. And number two, a few of them are not very cooperative. See? And I forgot to mention, Ron thought that was pretty good stuff. It is. Just that I've made much better before. And she thinks it's a dig on her, but it's not, because we've never used the ground before.
I wish some people would listen when I'm the one that knows the animals very, very well. Like, I have been around them since the day that they were born, and I can tell you exactly how they're going to act. And when you don't listen to me, we end up with a shit show like we did tonight.
What she's referring to is, Mom looks on paper and goes,
She just pairs them by weight.
this one and this one look good together. This one and this one look good together.
She pairs
So
them by weight.
these two go to this guy. These two go to this guy. Oh, this one and this one look good. They can go to this guy.
She has no idea. She doesn't look at them. She has no idea what their temperament is. So one of them down here, shit you not, you can walk in that barn, everyone will be fucking laying down the 9 yards. He'll get right up and run out the barn.
He's one of the reasons why when we do go in and out of the barn, they are in and out of the
That's why
barn.
they're in and out all the time, because of him.
Just trying to
Like I'm.
get them separated. They wanted to be out about 10 times. They were either against
I
the
don't
lower
even
gate
want to
or the upper gate.
because loading him is going to be a shit show. It's going to be my head all over again.
The only good thing about the place he's going to,
No, Blue.
the guy has chain link fences all the way around with hot wire on the inside, and they're like they're at least 6 feet tall. Yeah, but the calves will do much better at his place than at the other places that the calves are going
Yes,
to
but
tomorrow.
how old is that man?
He's 80, 81.
No, he was 89 last year. He's
He was
90 this year.
He can pass for 65 in most circles. And that's the problem with our steer customers. They're all getting old.
That's not the problem.
Well, no, it is a problem because the next stage is where a lot of them have already made it to.
The
And
problem
then-
is someone does not listen.
Yeah, I know.
That's the problem.
We have this argument every year. When Dad was still alive, he did everything, and he was down looking at the calves. He'd watch them in the barn, see which ones were more friendly to each other for the most part. But once in a while, when we had 4 different groups, that didn't always happen, and you'd stick 2 together that were from the farthest 2 groups physically apart until they were weaned. They didn't know each other. They stuck with their buddies. They didn't stick around with the other ones that were in the same pen when they got weaned. They didn't know them. And yeah, a phone call or 2. Hey, is one of your animals over here? That's one we sold to somebody over that direction. Meanwhile, the critter had taken a 5-mile trip. And luckily it was when we still had a more local auction yard. It was the auction yard that had been called for this animal in somebody's backyard. And they say, hey, I recognize that ear tag. I know whose critter it is. And then the last one, we actually took the calf back and got a replacement and delivered it the next day. So, everything came out all right and ended up with 2 calves that got along with each other, and the old lady had no issues after that. And then this year we got one guy that usually buys 2 or 3. I think one year he bought 4. And he says with the price of feed and the trouble he had last year getting buyers for the meat, he said can't afford to do it this year. So, and he's doing it for his farm deferral on his taxes. So he can skip a year or 2. He'll have to do it again. Or lose his deferral, then he pays a lot more than he would have paid in feed. But anyway, I think that's our day. And I think these are supposed to be Christmas presents for somebody, one way or another.
My drivers,
Maury's drivers.
which you guys haven't seen the rest of them that I've done anyway. So each one of these will have the first letter of their entire family's name. So like, Ron already knows that he's going to get his. So like it'll be Ron, Katie, Colton, and Bella. So the first letters of their names will be on.
And looky here, she's even putting hangers on them so you can hang them on the wall.
But my problem is, I haven't done little ones like this. I've done the ones that are normally like 2 of these put together, not little ones. So the boards are going the wrong way.
They still go the same. It'll work.
Yeah, it just makes it look.
Anyway, maybe get you something tomorrow doing stuff. And it's just been flat out nasty this afternoon.
Literally, I steamed these today.
You can see how good it's been because that only leaks when it rains really hard. And we still don't know where it comes from up there, but it hits the tarp that would drop through the door when we got the doors open, and then it kind of wherever. And this hadn't been too bad because we don't have our spot here in the middle of the shop. But anyway, calling it good. That's 6 minutes you're not going to get back. But it's 6 minutes you got to listen to her with her rant.
Sorry with my rant.